welcome to episode 2 of Before the Buzzer. I'm Adam, joined alongside by Shayan and Alex. Boys, how are we doing on this All-Star Weekend Sunday?
What's up? It's your boy, Little Play Shay this time. Pretty good. Some of the All-Star festivities were kind of lackluster to say the least, but had one or two good moments, but looking forward to the game later today. So hope that's better than the weekend so far.
Yep. It's Sunday morning for us, so a few hours before the game's going to start. We're very tired. I'm very tired at least. But we're very excited to record and talk today about the NBA and the All-Star Weekend, etc. So yeah, let's get to work.
Well, yeah, I mean, speaking of All-Star Weekend Sunday, as we mentioned, so yesterday was the skills challenge, three-point contest, dunk contest. We'll get into all of that. But let's start with the Sabrina versus Steph matchup. What do you guys think of that overall event? I thought it was pretty cool how they brought in Sabrina, and I think they could really do this in the future with other WNBA stars like Caitlin Clark. Obviously, I'd love to see her go up against Steph. What do you guys think of that event?
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of it. I think it was amazing. I think Sabrina really represented the WNBA really well. She was really competitive, and it was I was locked in and watching it. Steph, he had to clutch up at the end to win. You know what I mean? And that's really good to see. That guys actually. I think it shows it definitely helped. There's a lot of stereotypes about the WNBA, a lot of negative stereotypes, and I think performances like this and seeing that they're just as even from NBA range as well, right? Because that's what Sabrina was shooting from. They can still hold their own and really be competitive against an all-time shooter in Curry. I mean, I was very confident Curry was going to win, but Sabrina definitely worked for it. You know what I mean? It was very impressive. I think, as you said, they should do this in the future with not just shooting, but I think the whole All-Star Weekend. I think you can integrate the WNBA in some way because I think that WNBA players they care. They have something to prove. So they're going to actually push the NBA players, and they're going to actually make it a really competitive atmosphere and stuff. And that's what this all needs. But it was great, honestly. I think it was great. I think everyone in the crowd was really excited too, compared to the other events. I think it's my favorite event of the night for sure.
We could put the WNBA in a mini hoop dunk contest.
I'm down for that. 9 foot down.
Well, not 8 foot, bro. Not playing, but in all seriousness, the Sabrina versus Steph 3-point contest. Moving back to the NBA 3-point line, I don't people understand how big of a difference that actually is.
I know that was
I can do that.
Yeah. When you're used to shooting from a certain distance, kind of like all her life, and then having to step it back, and then actually tying the 3-point contest winner score in Dame Lillard with 26. She definitely represented the WNBA in the best way they could have even imagined. Competing with the greatest shooter of all time, pushing him to the final 2 racks to actually have to win. It was great. It was just an amazing display of shooting and just skill. It was just amazing.
Well, you mentioned Dame there. He was the champion of the 3-point contest, the back-to-back. Someone I saw on Twitter, some people were mentioning that's going to be the only trophy that he'll be holding this year. But we can get that another time. But any thoughts on Dame's performance? I know that 3-point contest was kind of crazy. I mean, first round, I think 4 guys had 26 in the first round. Pretty close there.
Yeah. All right, wait. First of all, shout out Tyrese Halliburton and Karl Anthony Towns. I bet the over on their first round scores. Thank you for the $15. Now back to Dame Lillard. Well, he won the 3-point contest back to back. Hopefully he brings some of that shooting to Milwaukee because he really hasn't so far. So hopefully this turns it up for them. He could start playing more consistent, better for the team. They could start racking up some wins under Coach Doc Rivers, and then all these frustrations, the way they ended the season, losing to the Grizzlies, basically their G League team, led by Gigi Jackson and Zaire Williams, losing to that team. That was crazy, bro. That was crazy. Dude, I forgot about my fantasy team.
Yeah,
I haven't subbed in.
Okay, so what I thought about it was okay. It wasn't as good as previous years personally. I didn't like the tiebreaker system. I feel if 4 guys all get the same score, then just have them all in the final. There's no point doing a mini round. Just eliminate one guy. You know what I mean? It just seems a little little monotonous. No one really I wasn't really focusing during that time. And so, yeah, I didn't see any point in it. But overall, the contest was fine. You know, Dane kind of edged us at the end with the like
He almost
like,
choked. That was funny, man.
yeah, exactly. He missed
missed
I
all
thought
of
he had
them.
it in the bag, and then he just kept bricking. And then he missed like 4 straight. Then he got the last one.
Dame
Dame
time.
time.
Dame
Dame time was like 5
time.
minutes ago. You missed. You know, So that's it was. But I mean, good for him. You know, it's as you said. Maybe you can take. I mean, he won last year. I think they said he was the first winner back to back since Jason Capona in 07 and 08. So good for him. You know, it's a cool thing. Again, the 3-point contest, it is fun to watch, but I feel like this year it didn't feel as competitive. I think having Steph there just adds a different air to it, you know, or Clay, just someone like that. But yeah, it was fine. You know, I preferred it to the other contests, like the skills contest. I want to talk about the skills contest real quick. Is that okay?
Yeah. Bring that up. I was gonna bring that up.
So yeah, so I took notes of this. My notes for the skills contest was just ass. And that was it. It was ass. It was so bad. Scotty Barnes is hilarious, but outside of that, you know, there wasn't really
And with the
anything going on.
left-handed
Yeah,
shot.
exactly. Yeah, but I like Ant. He's great. I think it shows nobody cares. Nobody has any no one takes it seriously because it was insane to watch that. Because he went behind the backboard 3 times in a row, and he didn't quit. He just kept doing it. You know what I mean? It wasn't he was joking. He was just dead ass trying to do it. But yeah, the whole event just seems very stupid. I just think there's definitely a better event you can do instead of it. You know, I don't. Go ahead.
We mentioned WNBA players. What if instead of just having a bunch of NBA players that don't want to be there to it, what if they had a WNBA team go up against?
Definitely, no one's watching that.
Team.
Oh, okay, there's a team.
I mean, is anyone even watching it either way? I mean,
yeah, that's fair. I mean,
a different team.
It's me and 10 other people, but
it's really what I saw clips.
As I said,
watching.
Yeah, I think the women's thing adds a certain sense of ego to the players, where they instead of just kind of fucking around with their friends, they're having to actually compete and try with this women there, and so I think that would be a good thing. But I know even when this skills contest is really fun and engaging, it's not that cool. It's always been a warm up, you know, rather than anything. I don't get team format at all. I feel like team format just doesn't really work. Personally, I think it should be a 1v1 tournament, and even if it's just random ass NBA players, put a cash prize there. Say winner gets 250K, and just get a bunch of players there and get them to have fun. That'd be fun. You know what I mean? Just one shot, you know, or king of the court or something like that. Just anything better than this, because there's gotta be something more, you know, more fun and more engaging for the audience.
The skills contest actually used to be somewhat interesting because 1 year it was Kobe, LeBron, D Wade, Chris Paul. Even though they weren't going their full top effort, it was just kind of cool just to also see those 4 players compete against each other. And now you got to see Scotty Barnes just
yeah, I mean, he's an
a
all-star.
yeah, I know, but you gotta see him
Yeah.
throw a backward shot, dribble the ball off his foot all nonchalant. Anthony Edwards, I mean the Anthony Edwards one was kind of funny because he said it before. Just shooting it with the that was kind of funny, but overall the skills contest it's just kind of it's just lame. So they should just find something else replace it with 1v1 tournament.
Exactly. Yeah,
That'd be cool. All right, boys, going from the worst event to what should have been the best event. Going to the dunk contest here. I'm gonna talk about this for a little bit because I have some thoughts. I have the names of some of the judges here. I'm just gonna read it out.
You got receipts.
Gary Payton, I don't know why he's doing a dunk contest, but Gary Payton, good NBA player. Mitch Redmond, Fred Jones, Darnell Hillman. I mean, I'm sure those guys had great NBA impacts. I don't know why they're
okay. You don't know Mitch Richmond? Mitch Richmond was really good.
No,
and then Fred Jones won the dunk contest.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I mean,
in 2004 in Indiana.
Sure seemed like they were never part of the dunk contest. And
Fred Jones won it. Okay, never mind.
Dominique Wilkins. All right. So those 5 gentlemen should never be allowed to judge or contest ever. Even Dominique Wilkins should never be allowed to judge a dunk contest ever. I mean,
Add D Wade to that list too. Add D Wade to that list too.
it was D Wade. It was D Wade reminiscent. It was that bad. I mean, everyone's gonna talk about Brown because his grades were insanely high. I mean, so he got a 49.2 for dunking over the shortest guy in the building, Kai Cenat, sitting down.
Sitting down.
Anyone, you could not find
KC3.
anyone shorter. You could not
I
find
could do that,
anyone.
you know?
I'm sure you could. Meanwhile, Jaime Hawkins dunks over Shaq and gets a 47. And this guy, Jaylen Brown, pretends like he's not looking when he was looking the whole time. Dunks over
He
Kai
dabbed
Cenat.
after he landed.
He's dabbing on him. I mean, he just knows it's like, I don't know if Adam Silver put a fix in for this. I don't know if these guys are just talking like in between rounds to like give these guys bats. I don't know what happened, but these guys, that honestly, besides like the D Wade year, that might be the worst graded dunk contest I've ever seen. None of those guys should ever be allowed back to judge. I mean, they'd be lucky if they even let them, attend All-Star Weekend in the future. But I mean, that was just awful. I mean, Hawkins are top and get absolutely robbed of not being in the last round. I mean, Jaylen Brown, his dunks were okay, but there's no chance that he should have. I mean, people forget, going into that last round, McClung needed all 49s and a 50 to win. If he didn't have like a great dunk, he was going to lose, even though all of his dunks were better than Brown. I don't think Brown had one better dunk than McClung. And McClung needed that. You can't even remember any of Brown's stuff.
Mid as hell.
Had a self lob through a reverse, and he got like a 48. Like, I don't know what these guys are going off of. They didn't even go below 40. They could have gave Brown like a 45 on some of his dunks. Didn't go below 46. Didn't give out any 50s. I mean, I was looking every single round. I'm like, yep, here comes a 47-48 for Toppin or Hawkins, and Brown goes up. Yep, 49. Here we go. But I don't know. Give your thoughts, guys, because I thought that was bad. I think it's bad when the judges ruin a big-time event like that for the NBA. Everyone was on Twitter talking about it. It's just a bad overall look for the league.
Bro, here's my theory, all right? They're giving Jaylen Brown these insanely high scores to get other NBA like All-Stars to participate in the dunk contest. Because think about it. The All-Stars don't want to participate because they're not going to be like, I don't want to lose to this G League or Mac McClung, They're not trying to lose to a G League.
Though.
I know he is tough. He is tough.
I also
want they're trying to get more All-Stars, bro. So they're trying to be like, oh yeah, we'll get your scores high. So don't worry. You're not gonna get first rounded. Just participate.
I mean, Brown did nothing. I want to say Brown did nothing wrong. Like, Brown came out, did his dunks. He's not judging his own dunks, but he just didn't deserve what they gave him. I started to feel bad when the whole crowd was booing. After he did the dunk, wearing his teammate Terrence Clark. Rest in peace, Terrence Clark. But
wait. Okay, I have a second. Go on.
They were booing him after that dunk. I mean, that's how bad it was.
Okay, the LED court. I'm personally not a fan of it in general. I think it looks stupid. I think him in the jersey dunking on a picture of Terrence Clark is a little insane. Of like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's a little crazy. You know what I mean? That they had him because they had him like the angle like above him, like above the rim and stuff like that, like above, right, like okay, whatever. But you can see him. It's like he's dunking on Terrence Clark, just like dead face. So I feel like that's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Like I can't watch that shit. There's no way. So the LED court in general, I'm not a fan of. Like I just think it's a little goofy and like. I'm glad it's not happening for the actual All-Star game because that would have like kind of ruined it for me. But I'm just not a fan. I think it's mid. And overall the dunk contest is mid. It's not very memorable, and I think the league needs to figure something out with it going forward.
All right, here's my idea, boys. So we know Mac McClung is the 2-time, and he's gonna be back next year. He said he doesn't know. He'll be back. He'll be back next year. I say they announce McClung. And they build a super team to beat him. I think they just somehow convince 3 NBA stars that they don't name before the event to come out and do the contest. And they say Mac McClung versus the super team. And they just walk out.
WWE.
They don't tell anyone who's, and they just have 3 guys wait in the tunnel and they just run them out. and the crowd goes crazy seeing. I mean, I don't know who would do it. A Paul George, probably at this point in his career, not anymore. Imagine a prime PG or a prime LeBron running out to do this.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Boys,
imagine
boys.
they just
You
announced
know what?
McClung, and he's standing there at midcourt, and you just see Zion Williamson running out the tunnel to do the dunk contest. That would be insane. But that's
Bro.
my idea of an insane dunk contest.
Do you know what low key be better than like just like who could do like the best dunk? Like a dunk versus block. So either you're gonna see an insane
Yes, I was saying this. I was
or
saying
an
this.
insane block, bro.
Yes,
I'd see
exactly,
an
exactly.
Insane poster, insane. Bro, that would be
Imagine
so sick,
like
bro.
personally, I would love to see Rudy Gobert get like dunked on for like 20 minutes. That's like
I know,
so
same.
that would be
Okay.
amazing. Exactly.
Let's
Dude,
do
you
that.
gotta see
Let's
like
do that.
think about it. You
No,
got like Anthony Edwards on that, bro. Jaw's gonna try to like jump over
Yeah,
someone and like
you
almost
have like
dunk
multiple
it. And,
defenders.
like,
Have like multiple defenders under the rim trying to block it. Like this would be amazing. This is
no.
like that
the
would be
only
so much.
thing the only reason they would say no to that is like injury, bro.
Yeah, exactly. They're never gonna do it, but it would be amazing if
Well,
they did.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that would be
That
so
would be
fun.
so much fun.
who would sign up to get head tops? I mean, I
No, because make it like if you get enough blocks, you get like a cash prize, and get like a G League guy to do it.
Yeah,
Get,
get,
like I don't know, like
get a Kia, you know.
Bol. Get Bol out there. You know.
me personally,
I
I'm
get
not.
him
I
to
they
just-
get a Kia, bro. They get a Kia as a prize.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, me personally, I'm
Imagine
not
someone jumping over like the Kia to like. Imagine Blake Griffin jumping over like prime Blake Griffin jumping over the Kia to
Yeah.
jump on Andrew
Yao
Bynum
Ming?
or something. That'd be yeah, Yao Ming. Yeah.
Andrew
Like,
Bynum.
I couldn't think of a big man from the 2010s, early 2010s. Yeah, or like I mean Yao Ming perfect over Yao Ming's over his ass. But yeah, see that would be amazing. But they're never gonna do it. But that was what would save it. Like
I
we're
mean,
gonna tune into that.
yeah, I think just
Because
no one
even
would
the
ever-
missed dunks are so hype. Because it's like,
Yeah.
like bro.
Yeah, and also this is like Rudy Gobert's karma for like all the COVID stuff. You know, this is his
We
like
got a
he has to pay it back. You know what I
Rudy
mean?
Gobert hater here, huh?
Yeah, no, I'm not a hater. I'm just saying I think seeing him get dunked
Yeah, I
on gives
fucking
you some
hate-
kind
I
of
hate
pleasure
Gobert.
that I can't describe. You know, like so I think it's definitely enjoyable. You know, me personally, I'm not a big fan of the French too, so it's kind of a double thing. You know, so yeah, real recognize real. So yeah, it's like it's great. So yeah, it'd be fun.
All right.
It'd be fun. Yeah. Anyway, continue.
So moving away from the dunk contest, I think we've touched on that. But moving to kind of an all-star pick'em here. We know the players that are playing in the all-star game today, but what about the guys that just made the cut? We actually organized a little draft here between Shayan and Alex, the best of the rest. Maybe just missed the all-star game. Still good players, and they're going to pick starting lineups here from the rest of the pool. So I don't even know who's picking first here, Shayan or Alex.
Can I get first pick?
Sure.
Okay. All right. My first pick is De'Aaron.
Nate or alternating?
Sorry.
Are
We're
we doing a
alternate. Yeah. No, we're gonna snake. Sorry, snake. So yeah, you get to now.
So I get next
my
two?
first, yeah. So my first pick's De'Aaron, obviously. I think there's no way he shouldn't be an all-star. You know, he's being insane this year. But yeah, he's an all-star. You know, I don't know why he wasn't selected. I think it's hateful. It's a hate crime of some sort. Because he's amazing. Hate crime towards Sacramento. Because he's amazing. But yeah, but nothing else really to say. I don't think I really have to justify this. So Shine, you got to.
So for one of my next two picks, I'm gonna pick the other Sacramento boy, Saboner.
Yeah.
You know,
I love
all
him.
around
I
big
love him.
man. Could score,
Yeah.
rebound, pass, baby Jokic, basically. He's like the Pokemon evolution with Sengun, Sabonis, and Jokic, bro. He's that Charmeleon right there.
I mean,
So-
I'm actually really surprised that Sabonis didn't make it. He's having an insane year for his career, one of the best of his career. So I'm actually really surprised both of those guys didn't make it. Maybe, Sacktown just got to get a little bit more love, Alex. I know you go out to some of their games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what's you pick two guys or just okay?
No, you really fucked me over with that De'Aaron Fox one. I'm not gonna lie.
I know exactly. Yeah, that's why one of the
I
first.
thought you were gonna pick. I thought you were gonna pick Sabonis.
Yeah.
Okay,
no, but
okay,
because
okay.
I'll explain when I make my later picks why I didn't pick Sabonis first. I do love Sabonis.
Okay.
Though. But yeah, go ahead.
Wait. Let me look back at my list. All right. All right. So every good big man needs a good guard. So I think it's only fair to pair Baby Jokic with Jokic's partner in crime. I'm going with the good team player, Jamal Murray, bro. Come on, we know how
I
that
actually
man is
lied,
in the
God.
playoffs, bro. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We know how bro is
that
in
was
the
my next
playoffs, bro.
pick. Yeah,
Against like a shit team, bro. It's whatever. Like he's like a top 30 player, like top 30 point guard in the league. But against a top like 10 team, bro, he's top 5, bro.
yeah, he's
So
so
yeah,
good, honestly.
yeah,
Yeah, I
I
love
love
it.
that
He
man.
never really gets the All Star
I love
buzz,
that
but
man.
like he's such a good player.
Yeah,
Honestly, like in the playoffs, as you saw last year,
he's so
he
good.
turns up. You know, he's
I know, bro.
such a great player. Yeah, killed the Lakers. All right, so
So
my
you
pick
got
now.
two
So
now.
yeah, I get to. Yeah.
All right.
So the reason I did not pick Sabonis first was because there's so much big man depth with the All Star team, right? So many guys that
Yeah.
didn't make the All Star game. I've on my list I have like 5 that I think genuinely could have been All Stars, and it's just really great place for the league with big men right now. So I'm gonna use one of my picks here on that just to guarantee I get a good big man. I'm gonna pick Porzingis. As you know, I do love Porzingis, but he's been amazing on the Celtics this year. He's such a perfect piece for them. Honestly, if he stays healthy, I think he's gonna drive them to the championship. I don't. He's just so unguardable. He's been so amazing in the post this year, as an amazing option all around for the
Dick
team. He's just
Ryder.
yeah. Shut up, right? But like I love. I mean, you guys know I've been a Porzingis day one. I love Porzingis. At many basketball camps, I'd be compared to him because I can't score in the post, but now he actually can score in the post. So I'm no longer like him. But yeah, he's great. He's such a good player, and he's really been amazing the last few years. Like I think people forget how good he's been since he was good in Dallas, but like since Dallas and Washington, he was great last year. Had him in fantasy, he was amazing. So I was really keeping track of him like every day, like how he was doing, and he was just playing amazing. I saw like 20, like 23, 9, you know, a couple of blocks, great shooting. You know, like he's someone he can really change a series, in my opinion. He's that X factor kind of guy for the Celtics. And then with my next pick, I'm gonna go for a wing now because I think I need a wing. You know, it's gonna balance it out. And I'm gonna go with Laurie Markkinen. I love Laurie Markkinen. I think he's such a good player, even though he doesn't pass. He's great. You know, he's such an amazing shooter. He's Bill Simmons describes him as discount dirt. You know, I think that's really makes sense. He just is this great, amazing shooter. Amazing. He's 7 feet and he can do all these amazing things. So amazing coming off ball, coming off of off ball actions and stuff. He's a matchup nightmare, and like he's the reason that Utah are even close to the playoffs, right? Because he is just such a good player on his own. They have good players around him, but like overall, he's great. You know, so I'm a big fan, and I think he's a great player. Now, Shine, you got some picks. Let's see.
So Alex, you're 3 picks in now. Why don't you just read out your team one more time?
Okay, got you. Yep. So I have De'Aaron, and then De'Aaron Fox, Laurie Markkinen, and Kristaps Porzingis.
I'm really glad
so,
you didn't
yeah.
pick Sabonis the first pick because that would have been a very strong correlation of a certain characteristic of the team.
Yes, I'm very diverse. Chris loves diversity. We love multiculturalism around here. But yeah, go ahead. You got it, Shiner.
All right. So I have Sabonis as my big man. Not really known to be like the greatest defender. So with my next pick, I want someone who could play some defense while stretching the floor at the same time. So I'm gonna take last year's Defensive Player of the Year and Jaren Jackson Jr.
I didn't write it down. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think he's just he like fits the team. Like he may not be like the biggest name out there, but he just does what like my team needs or will need soon. And then for my next team, down in New Orleans, I'm gonna have Brandon Ingram as my next pick. So at an extra added scoring punch right there. Lengthy, could play make. You know, he's had some high assist, high rebound games this year. And yeah, him and Zion. The Pelicans did not get a single representative this year in the All-Star game, while like being like, I think they're like the 6th seed at the moment, which is actually really good considering like they have no All-Star, but like that team is really well coached, really deep team. You know, led by the Zion and Ingram. I mean, it's a really solid team over there they got there.
Yes.
So I like Brandon Ingram on my team. So I have Jamal Murray, Brandon Ingram, Jaren Jackson, and Sabonis on my team.
Okay. So as I said before, I have Fox, Markkanen, and Porzingis as my three right now. So now I'm currently trying to figure out if because there's tons of big. I mentioned earlier, tons of bigs, right? So I could either put a big, I could move Porzingis to the 4 and bring him in at 5, and kind of have like a Twin Towers situation, or if I want to go with the guards and keep Porzingis at the 5, Markkanen at the 4. So I'm just thinking about that right now. Okay, so my first pick, I'm gonna take. I think I'm gonna take Jalen Williams from OKC. He's been
Jalen
such a good second.
Williams.
J
Yeah, he's been
Dub.
such a
Wait, J
exactly
Dub or J Will?
J Dub, twin.
Oh,
Where have you
Where have you
been?
been?
Nobody. Yeah.
Loves me
Love
like.
me. But yeah, he's been amazing this year in OKC. Like I think, although he was obviously not an all-star, and he probably shouldn't be this all-star, but I think he's just an amazing complementary player. He fits around Shea so well. You know, he's the reason. Just in the clutch, having two great scorers like that, you can get downhill, you can get buckets for you is amazing, right? On the year he's shooting like 45% from free, like that's insane. Like having a shooter like that stretch the floor. I mean, he's a guard, so he doesn't really stretch the floor, but like, yeah, having just a knockdown like that, it's just amazing. I think he fits really well on my team. And then for my last pick, right now I have Fox, Jalen Williams, Markkanen, Porzingis. I think. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with. Derek White. I think. Yeah. I see you, Shayan. But I was kind of thinking between Kobe White and Derek White because I like Kobe White. He's been great this year, and kind of being the focal point of that Bulls team. But I think Derek White, the overall impact he has on the game, the defense, how good he is as a playmaker and as a ball handler, I think is he's so good. I think he fits he's kind of like he fits really well alongside Fox. And yeah, I really like my team. I really like my team overall. I'm a big fan. So just to summarize, I have Fox, Derek White, Markkanen, Jalen Williams, and Porzingis. That is my 5. I need one more pick, Shine.
Derek White got a lot of votes to be in the All-Star game.
Yeah, I think
That's
he
what I
should
would
have.
say.
Anything
All right.
anything over Trae Young, personally.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take my last starter and my 6th man, and to round out my starting 5, I'm gonna take a 3-and-D player to like the highest level from the Brooklyn Nets, taking Mikal Bridges.
Okay.
Brooklyn Bridges.
Like a couple years ago in Phoenix, he was like top 3 in depoy talks. Iron Man hasn't missed a game since like high school, I'm pretty sure. And like he just plays like really efficient like basketball. He doesn't need to do too much. He doesn't need to be a number 1 option on this team. Like they could do like a bit of everything on my team. We got defense with Jaren Jackson and Mikal Bridges. We got offense with Sabonis, Ingram, and Jamal Murray. We got a little bit of playmaking with those 3 as well. And I really like that starting 5. And they're pretty lengthy, over there. I got nice wingspans. Ingram's pretty long. Mikel's long.
Yeah, we like him long, yeah.
Jaren Jackson's pretty long.
Yeah.
I like my boys, we got perimeter defense and we got interior defense out there. And for my 6th man, all right, boys, are you ready to be blown away?
I'm ready to be
Victor
blown.
Wembanyama.
Oh,
That's crazy. That's a good pick.
It is. Dude, he's
yeah,
been
but
going crazy. I mean, hey, since Pritch doesn't have a need to drop 70 on him, we chilling.
Yeah. Yeah, he is amazing, bro. Like he's been last couple of months he's another level, he has an amazing trajectory ahead of him. It's gonna be amazing. But his team's ass. That's why I didn't pick him. But he is insane though. I'll give him credit. If he just had a point guard and not Jeremy fucking Sohan, then they would be so good personally. And if we're doing 6 man, I guess
you said 6 man. You said we're doing 6 man.
We did. I thought we were starting 5. Okay, my fault. Okay, so I have Fox, Derek White, Jalen Williams, Markkanen, and Porzingis. Let's take Zion. Let's have some fun here. Let's take Zion. Zion off the bench. Let's see, what are his stats this year? Yeah, he's doing
The
like
most-
22 and a half. Yeah, he's Zion. I think he gives that kind of that he has the upside to be insane. Obviously, right? We know how good he can be. We know how good he is. I think off the bench he'd be a great fit. As like a different option to like Markkinen or alongside Markkinen. Um, or you can even put him at like small ball five or something. You know, put him alongside. I mean, the whole team are great shooters, right? I think that's what you need for Zion, especially with like putting next to Porzingis. You know, having this stretch five next to him, kind of like Valanciunas, but like a better Valanciunas. You know, I think really going to bring the best out of him. So yeah, that's our draft done. You want to read off your picks real quick?
Zion has the complete opposite body type as Victor Wembanyama, which is really funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, but my team is Jamal Murray, Brandon Ingram, Mikal Bridges, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Domantas Sabonis. And off the
Mhm.
bench, I got Wembanyama over here. So I think I have a pretty nice balance with my team. Could play inside, could play out. Like almost everyone on my team could basically shoot except Victor Wembanyama, and Sabonis, they could kind of shoot, but like even then,
Well, they're
like
not.
everyone on my team.
For a big man, they're not bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
they're
Like
solid
they,
big
they
men.
got
They're like
great
Porzingis
length,
level, you know.
like
Yeah.
they dominate the glass. Like, come on, man, it's raps.
I mean,
The only thing I
like
could say about like Pritch's team, his team, like they all could also like shoot. So like it's like it creates like driving lanes for like Zion and De'Aaron to just like drive and kick. That's like the only thing I say my team
yeah.
would be worried about.
I think personally, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm trying to think right now. Okay. So I forgot who my 6'9" was. My bad. Yeah, it's Zion. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I think my team's the only concern would be like rebounding, mainly because Kristaps isn't an insane rebounder, but I think Zion kind of helps with that, and Markkinen is like 7 foot, so he can help with that too. So personally, I think my team's better just because I think my team's less flawed. I think we're very well rounded. In a hypothetical situation, I think my team would beat you personally, but I think we each have more of everything. You know, we're very well rounded, more consistent.
Yeah.
But that Mikal pick is great though. I didn't think of Mikal. That's a good pick.
Yes,
Even
sir.
though he's in great best year is #1 in Brooklyn, like he's a very good complimentary player. You know, he'd fit great on like the Knicks or any real contender, honestly.
Adam, who do you think whose team you think is better?
Going position by position, I think it's really even. I think you guys did a pretty good job. I just pause for a second, but the length on Cheyenne's team is pretty interesting. I mean, you got Bridges, Ingram, Jackson there, and then Wembanyama off the bench. Those are guys that really get after it on the defensive end. And then I think Jamal Murray, I think, was a really, really good pick for you. That pick and roll with Sabonis would be really nice. I really like Markkinen and Porzingis, that 1-2 punch for Alex there. Personally, I'm not as high on Fox this year. I think Sabonis was probably the first. For me, I would have taken Sabonis over Fox with that first pick.
Okay. Again, just to justify that pick, I do agree with you, but I think there's more depth at the big position than there is at the guard position. That's why I picked him. But both were all stars in my opinion. Like
Zion
off
the bench too is insane. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. You know, Shayan team has the length, I have the girth. You know, so either way, we still got it going on. So I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I think this is
Together we got best of both worlds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're packing no matter what.
Yeah, packing the paint.
All right, sorry, Adam. We professional.
Sorry.
I think this is pretty 50-50. I'd probably give the edge to Cheyenne's team by a hair.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nah,
But hey,
I don't know about that.
Let us know in the comments who you think would catch a dub here.
Yeah, drop your thoughts.
List out your team one more time.
Okay, one more time. I'm gonna go first. De'Aaron Fox, Derek White, Jalen Williams, Lauri Markkinen, Porzingis, and then Zion Williamson off the bench. I think my team's better.
Thanks for listing the losing team. All right, so now let me list the better team. So we got Jamal Murray, Brandon Ingram, Mikal Bridges, Jaren Jackson Jr., Domantas Sabonis, and Wemby off the bench.
Victor.
I might pull
I'm
out the
the
tall
Victor,
ball
though.
lineup. Ingram at point guard, McKell at the 2, Wemby at the 3,
Wait,
Jaren
wait,
at the
wait.
4 Sabonis.
Swiper's gonna take the ball, bro. Swiper's gonna take the ball.
No, he
Swiper's
can't
gonna
reach the
swipe
ball
your
if
ass.
it's up here.
All right, I think
I
that was a
might throw
really
out
good.
that Nuggets tall ball
Top tier
lineup in like the
segment.
bubble.
Yeah.
That was a really good segment, guys. I think you guys did a good job picking those teams. But let's pivot to the actual All-Star game now. I mean, can't really talk much about the All-Star game. It's kind of a joke at this point. I mean, you heard Anthony Edwards said that he's going to go out there and just shoot left-handed. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with that. But do you think there's any fix for the All-Star game? Because me personally, I don't think there's much they can do to really fix this event as a whole.
You wanna go first, Shayan?
All right, dude. Honestly, I don't really know because like the first couple of years when they did the set score in the fourth quarter, I really liked when they did that because then it made like at least the end of the game, if it was close, like a bit more competitive. And like the first couple of years with the draft was kind of like fun to see like the players kind of pick their own teams because like every year you're kind of more or less you're kind of gonna see like the same players on this all-star team like play with like each other like LeBron, Steph, like KD, all in the West, they're all gonna like play with each other for the most part. And like Giannis and Tatum on the East, they're all gonna play with each other at like for like almost like every year as long as they're on those teams. So like I like the draft more where it's like you could kind of see like players you wouldn't normally see like play together. But I don't really. Is there really a fix for it? I don't really think so because I don't know how you could really get the players to like take it more seriously because it's like it's All-Star weekend, like they're on a break, they're just trying to have fun. They don't really care too much.
So I
I don't really
think
think
okay.
there is much one.
So as you mentioned, right, when it's close, it's fun, right? People try when it's close. My solution is at the start of the fourth quarter, just have it first to 24 wins. Because before it was always whatever team was winning, the target score is plus 24 because
Yeah.
of Kobe, right? Which means that if a team's up by like 15, no one's gonna care, right? Which is my idea is just just reset the score and start the fourth quarter and just play from there versus 24. I think then people are actually gonna try. Like let the first three quarters be like an exhibition. People can just fuck around, have fun, and then fourth quarter everyone just kind of locks in and like tries, and up the cash prize for that or something like that. Just I think it's the easiest way to do it. I think just reset the score, kind of, and just I think the drafting is also fun too, especially if there is you have to actually try in like fourth quarter. Like I think drafting is more fun. I think it adds a different element to it personally. And also getting to see kind of the drama of it and getting to see who gets picked first, who gets picked last, stuff like that. Like it's at the end of the day, and the NBA is an entertainment business, and it definitely adds to the entertainment overall, and it adds to the fun. And it's like there's more things to tune into if you're tuning into that. You know what I mean? So overall, I was a fan of it. I don't know why they got rid of it this year, but yeah, like I think it's fine. At the end of the day, no one's really watching the All-Star game for like competitive basketball. Like, we all kind of understand what it is. It's like something you watch just for the sake of watching it, and it is fun. It does have great moments. There have been years where it's overachieved and it has been really competitive, but we can't really expect that anymore from the games, in my opinion. Just have fun with what you have and just be grateful to have basketball during this break.
Yeah, I mean,
That 2020 All-Star game
Yeah.
in Chicago.
Kyle Lowry's
That will
naked ass
always have a
charges.
special place in my heart, bro. That game
Yeah.
was so exciting, bro.
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even the one in like Cleveland too. That one was really fun. Where like Steph had like
Yeah.
50, I think, and LeBron
Yeah,
hit
that
the
was
game
fun.
winner.
Yeah. You're glorious king. Okay, what are you gonna say, Adam?
My glorious king.
I think you phrased it pretty well. It's really an entertainment event.
Yeah.
It's just for the fans to go see some of the best players in the game and see them do some things that they would never really do in a regular game. I mean, some of these guys, you can't get some of these superstars to do the dunk contest. So to see them, try some of these crazy dunks in the All-Star game and, Steph Curry shoot half-court shots. I mean, if the game's not going to be competitive, at least it's somewhat entertaining.
Yeah.
Entertaining. I don't know why they went back to the East-West format. I think the draft was a little bit more engaging, and you paid attention the day before too to see who was playing on each team. So I'm disappointed they got rid of that, and I hope they go back to it. But I think you guys put it pretty well that it's really an entertainment, business and event for the NBA.
Mhm.
But like you guys said, I don't really think there is a fix. I think the owners don't want to see their players get hurt. The players don't really care about the game. Um, I think if the injury element was taken away, I think that the players would try. You look at a sport like baseball, where their all-star game is competitive. I mean, the players try because there's a lower likelihood that you do get injured in a sport like baseball in a game like that. So I think if injuries were out of the question, I think that the players would try a little bit harder. I don't think it's them having the time off, but there's still some guys that try. Giannis is trying the whole game, that's for sure. Some of these other guys, we'll see if they contend for the MVP tonight. But Giannis is a guy that will always try. Russell Westbrook, another guy that would try in the All-Star game. But overall, I don't think there's really for this. Eddie, final thoughts, guys, or any rules you would change?
Personally, I think, as you said, I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. I think just keeping the game close and competitive. The thing, as you said, like it is fun when Steph Curry is hitting his half-court shots, but when guys are missing, like it's just a back and forth. It's not really engaging. No one really cares. Especially the thing was last year when like Dame was just like shooting half courts and like missing. You know what I mean? Then eventually he hit one, but like it kind of just isn't that fun. Like no one's really like on the way you want to go out. You know what I mean? Because they were up by like 15 points. No one really cared. Keeping it competitive, keeping it close is the way to do it, in my opinion. That's the only hope it has from a competitive standpoint.
Yeah.
And that's it, really. Yeah.
Yeah, Pitch, I actually really like your idea, like the first like three
Thank
quarters,
you.
like kind of like for like kind of like like they did like charity, like the winning team, like oh,
we got hearts up in here.
Yeah.
How do you do
All for you twins.
that was
That's like effects,
hold
yeah.
on. Hey. All right, but what's it? You got me fumbling my words now. All right, but yeah,
He's blushing.
yeah, like they do like the first three quarters like entertainment, like they do their alley oops, their half court shot, and then like if we just see like 1 quarter of like competitive basketball, like that's all you could really ask for, because then you really have
Exactly, yeah.
everything in the game. Like you got the entertainment aspect, you got the cool dunks, the cool threes, you got like the lobs, and then you got the competitive game. You got the best players in the world guarding each other, and that would be
Yeah.
really fun though.
One more thing. We didn't talk about Rising Stars, right? Any thoughts on Rising Stars at all? Just as like a thing?
Not really. I mean, I saw team
I fell
lost, but
asleep.
I mean,
So
Didn't like
I
the
did
G
see it.
League team win, bro?
Yeah, I
They
mean,
like won a game.
I think
Yeah,
those guys do try a little bit harder than the guys in the All-Star. They take a little bit more, which is cool. But
that
me
Matherin is
personally,
going to try hard.
yeah, I mean, I was actually somewhere that night, so I couldn't even see the game. But I did watch the game like after on rerun, and it did seem like the guys tried a little bit harder. So that was cool to see. But I mean, Rising Stars, it's not an event I'm super thrilled to tune into.
Sure.
bro. Scoot
I don't like the
Henderson
whole-
playing in his
yeah.
third All-Star game, bro. If he plays in it again, bro, that's 4 tomorrow, like next year, bro. That's kind of wild.
Yeah. I mean, as I said, I legitimately fell asleep. I was just lying in my bed watching the game and half watching it, and I fell asleep till like 9 p.m. So after the game, it is, personally, I don't like the whole thing where it's like 4 teams. I just think World versus USA or like rookies versus sophomores is so much more easy to understand and easy to follow. Like I don't really pay attention to who was drafted to what team. It doesn't really matter to me that much. I just think having it like that, having another option would be like, I like to see how to play the rookies against like some of the best prospects in the upcoming draft. I feel like that'd be kind of fun too. Although it kind of does defeat the purpose, and it probably would be hard to do contractually, which is why I guess the G League thing works. Getting guys to come over from Europe or whatever to come play or from college. Yeah, I think international players, like the best international or non-college prospects. I think that'd be really cool to see. But otherwise, it's not that big an event. It's a mid-event. We even forgot about it when we were talking about it here. So it really goes to show, none of us are really that invested.
Guess we got to
Rising
talk
Stars.
about the celebrity game then.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Bro,
let's
Kai
just touch on that
Cenat,
real quick.
bro. Kai Cenat, my guy. Dude, the under was free the whole time. I don't know why people actually like took the over. Like, I'm sorry, but it
What,
was free
what
the
was
whole
the
time.
line? What was
But
the line?
coach, I think on Prize
Six and
Picks,
a half, I
yeah,
think, or
it was
5.
like
Okay.
it was like 5.5. Yeah, on
And
like
he had like
Prize
4
Picks.
points in like 5 minutes, so that's kind of
He had 2
impressive.
points, bro. He had 2
I didn't
points.
do that in high school. I mean, you know,
No,
I wasn't
but
putting
bro,
up numbers like that.
also his team, bro. Coach Shannon, bro, bro did him dirty with the playing
No
time
one
over there.
passes him. I saw the clips where like he's like
Exactly,
wide
yeah.
open in the
He
basket
wide
and everyone's just like
open.
waving him up. Michael
Also, yeah,
Parsons shot
he
like
let us
37
down like
times.
in this post, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
Michael
yeah,
Michael
Parsons.
they gotta
uh,
revive the celebrity game because I mean it was really just NFL play. Puka Nakua's out here dunking on
Yeah,
people.
yeah. That
It
was
was really
fun though.
just
That's the thing.
NFL players
yeah.
running out there with. Well, I
Tristan,
mean,
okay.
it was like
Yeah.
3 guys doing.
Tristan.
No, the NFL players were the most famous ones there,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
Yeah,
Like
I know.
they
Tristan
actually
I'm
Jackson
need
is
saying,
awful.
celebrities, bro. They
Yeah.
actually need celebrities, bro.
Tristan Jackson is like awful to
Put
watch.
Adam Sandler in there, bro. Trust.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Tristan Jackson is awful to watch. I hated watching him play. I just
Yeah.
feel like he was like kind of, he was try hard, but not in like a fun way. You know what I mean? He was like, it just wasn't fun watching him play.
Yeah,
So I
like
didn't like watching him play.
I thought he'd bust out
Um,
like those like insane like crazy layups that he does. Like I feel like that would have been like more fun. Like if he just tried like
yeah,
those trick shots, then like
he's kind of chucking a bit
actually,
too. Like, I don't,
yeah,
yeah. Michael Parsons, he's fun to watch though, just because he's like, he really is like 6'2", like big man. You know what I mean? He's like the guy in
yeah.
high school who just stops growing, but is like, big and I
Forced to
can't keep
play
up the
center all
boards.
his life,
Exactly. Yeah, people I was guarding,
bro.
that were like
Dude, remember they had
destroyed
Miles
me.
Garrett one year, bro? They got to put Miles
Yeah,
Garrett versus
yeah.
Michael Parsons on
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
court, bro.
I mean, the thing with the NFL players is that it is perfect for them because it's after their season. Like they're not really they're not going to miss out on anything. I mean, will baseball players be any good at them? Do you think any good baseball players?
Well, right now they're kind of reporting to spring training, getting ready for that.
Yeah, exactly. So,
But here's
soccer
my
players in
thing.
season.
I'd also be interested to see with the owners if they even let them play in events like this because I know Mahomes would never be allowed in an event
Yeah,
like this.
Mhm.
That he can't even play pickup basketball at in LA Fitness. So, I mean,
Yeah.
we'll see. I think it was.
It's just worse than
I think it was.
I think
I
the
think it was.
skill level is a little worse than a LA Fitness at these games.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
Let's be
but
real.
I mean, it's still a risk that isn't necessarily a necessary thing. But I think it was cool that they had the NFL guys. Without the NFL guys, it would have been, no offense, a bunch of sort of no-name celebrities in the celebrity all
Gimmicky,
that when Justin Bieber and Kevin Hart were playing in the Celebrity All-Star
Yeah.
game. Those were the days. But
Bro, no joke. Going into it, I thought Kai Cenat was gonna start the game, bro. I thought he was gonna be like a starter. I thought he was gonna play
do the
heavy
tip,
minutes,
do
bro.
the tip.
now
Do the tip, the jump ball.
here's the one thing I would be cool with. Imagine they put Flight, Kai, they just bring out all the NBA 2K.
Cash.
That would be insane.
Yeah, put all the YouTube hoopers on one team and put like they should put like NBA players on the other team too. Also, I personally hate the fact that there's like I think that's the thing. I think I don't like having the WNBA players. I feel like it's not really fair because like they're literally professional basketball players. I don't think they should be playing in like a celebrity game. And it also kind of not really celebrities. Like, I didn't even know the players that were playing. Like in terms of we're not talking about like the Kelsey Plums of the world. We're not talking about the Brittany Grinders, like the really famous elite players. We're talking like a step below that. Like when they aren't as familiar to like the casual WNBA fan. If that exists. So like, I just feel like if they're gonna go in for the celebrity thing, they need to go in all out, or they just need to have no WNBA players because it's a little unfair to have professional basketball players in a celebrity game.
Also,
Personally.
they added like so many like different like little like tricks in like the game. Like it was like, oh, your points are like multiply. You have a 6-point shot. Like it was kind of like confusing to like just like follow along, and like the players didn't even know like what they were doing. Like
and,
they didn't even realize what was
with
happening.
like guys that have like fire following them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was very distracting. It was borderline an epileptic attack or something. Like it was just a lot. It was a lot going on at once. A little overstimulating. But overall, it just wasn't that good. Like it was fine. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching the game. I think the right team. It was close near the end too. I mean, Shannon's team pulled away at the end, but it was good though. It was solid. It was solid. And I think the coaches were big names, and it was good watching the coaches. Like 50 Cent was
Yeah.
funny. You know, Lil Wayne was coaching, like
Yeah.
alongside Shannon Sharp and obviously Stephen A. Smith, two great coaches. That's very fun to watch. Those are the kind of names you need in the game. You know what I mean? Obviously, not necessarily them because they're old, but like those kind of famous people like that. Like, can we get Drake in the game or something? Can we get Drake, 21 Savage in the game? Did he play? Did 21 Savage play before?
I think one of them. I don't think Drake's ever been in it. Maybe 21.
I remember Drake showed up
Yeah, he
courtside.
did
I'm
play.
pretty
He did
sure
play.
once.
He played last
Did
year.
he play?
Sorry, yeah, 21 Savage did play. My
That's
bad.
how
Yeah, he played
unmemorable
last year.
these have been.
Yeah,
We don't
exactly.
even
Yeah.
remember.
Can we get Gunna? Can we
Wait.
get Gunna's fat ass in the game? Can we have him like the next Zion or something? Can
No, bro.
we get
Remember
Young
one
Thug?
time it was like a
Young Thug.
2v2. It was like Jack Harlow and Quavo versus like Lil Baby and like
Oh yeah,
2
the
Chainz.
rapper league. Yeah, the rapper
Yeah,
league.
yeah,
Can we get
that one
Juicy
was
too?
kind of
Yeah, I
funny,
do
but like,
remember
bro,
that,
Lil Baby was ass, bro.
Yeah.
He was
He was so
He
bad.
just put like, I know, bro. And like, bro, but they did like miss out, bro. They could have had Shannon's assistant coach be Ocho, bro. That would have been kind of funny
Yes.
too.
That would have been sick.
Yes.
But I don't think he flew out that weekend. But that would
Can we
have
skip
been
Bayless in the game?
skip.
Skip on
No,
skip on
LeBron,
hey,
Stephen
next
A
LeBron
year-
would
against
sub
Shannon
in on the
outside.
other side, bro. LeBron
Yeah.
would sub in just to poster the fuck out of him.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, next year, team undisputed versus team first take.
First
Make
take.
it
I'm down.
sharp
Max
and
Kellerman.
Stephen A.
He played Skip
coaching,
Iguodala.
coaching against Skip Bayless and the playmaker Michael Irvin. But,
commentated by First Things First.
That would be
Yeah.
cool.
Also, one more thing. I think in general, NBA players should be commentating these events. I don't want to hear Reggie
That
Miller
would-
whine and bitch about
Good idea,
things.
yeah.
Okay, or Kenny Smith like be off the henny. Like, can we just get actual NBA players? Like, I want to see like LeBron commentate this stuff. Or I want to see like Anthony Edwards commentate. I want like funny
Oh my
NBA
God.
players just in the booth just talking and like making fun of everybody. I feel like that'd be so much more like enjoyable. Because
Nah,
Reggie
bro,
Miller
Anthony
is not,
Anthony
I don't
Edwards
like
would
his
not be
voice.
PG, bro. That's the only thing they're worried
Yeah,
about.
exactly. Yeah, but that's fine though. Like, okay, I think there should be, in general, my overall belief on like broadcasting is that you should have like a safe broadcast and like a explicit broadcast, where like the broadcast people can just say whatever like they want to say. I think you just have fun.
Yeah.
Everyone watching it is aware it's gonna happen and they're okay with it. So no one's gonna get like upset. Like it's completely optional. Like a league pass. Like I'll pay like $5 extra on league pass to just hear, to hear like Anthony Edwards go like to say some crazy shit, That's something I'm willing to sacrifice because it would just be fun, And in general, even if it's not like that, just for the game, just to add to give it a little more like fun to it, just make it a little more, or to get Charles Barkley. Get Charles Barkley on the commentating.
Chuck.
They'd have to sort some stuff out with contracts and stuff because
Yeah.
I think Kenny was doing it for TNT.
ESPN was the was ESPN doing celebrity?
Yeah. ESPN was doing the All-Star game, the Celebrity All-Star game, but I think in general for the All-Star like festivities, like Saturday night or the Rising Stars game or something, just get like more fun commentators. Just understand that it's entertainment. Let's get as guys who are entertaining as possible. That's my perspective on it.
I feel you. Yeah. All right. Transitioning to more serious basketball here. Looking down the stretch, we've got a couple more weeks till it's almost playoff time here after the All-Star break. So I want to hear your guys' top 3 teams moving forward. Your prediction for who's going to finish in that top 3. Let's start in the Eastern Conference. I think that's a little bit more concrete of who's going to be the top 3 teams. There's maybe 4 or 5 you could choose from, but give me your top 3 teams. We'll start with you, Pritch, in the Eastern.
Yeah, so I think obviously Celtics can be the 1 seed. It looks like 6 games clear. I don't think they're gonna lose that lead. And then I think the Knicks are gonna be 2 of the 3 seed. I think they're gonna hit the 2 seed. They look great, especially if they get all their guys back and healthy and get on a run. I'm a big fan of their team. I think they are really built for regular season. Thibodeau is a great coach. I think they're gonna elevate them. And then for the 3 seed, I think it's between the Bucks and the Bucks and the Cavs. Sorry. And I think the Bucks, they just have so much more talent. I just think the Bucks are going to eventually keep the 3 seed. I think the Cavs are going to fall down to the 4, but they should be fine. I'm not a big fan of the Cavs team. I think they're not the strongest. I think although Jarrett Allen's been amazing and Mitchell's been great, I do think the other teams are just a little bit better and a little more well-rounded. So yeah, that's my 3: Celtics, Knicks, and Bucks.
All right, Cheyenne, hit me up. Top 3.
I think my top 3 teams by the end of the season, like record wise in the East, is gonna be the Celtics at 1, and I think 2 or 3. I think 2 is gonna be the Cavs, and I think 3 is gonna be the Knicks. I think the Bucks, like, I don't know if they could just like flip the
Okay,
switch like that, because the Cavs
that's
have
fair.
they've just been playing too well to just like drop off like from 2 to
Yeah,
4.
the thing with the Cavs is that they've been great without Mobley and
Yeah,
Garland, right? And I think when they come back, that's going to kind of throw off the team a little bit. Mobley, like because Mobley's been out, they've been able to play more spacing. Because Mobley and Allen's a very good fit, and Allen's been amazing without Mobley. And I like Mobley. I think obviously he was in the Defensive Player of the Year voting last year. He's a great player. Great. He just needs his offense to improve for them to really reach their ceiling as a team.
yeah, I could
but
see that. I think between the Bucks, Cavs, and Knicks, like any of those like 3
yeah,
teams
it's
could
really
be the
tight.
2 and
Like,
3 seed. It's just like
yeah,
it could be separated all by like a game or 2.
yeah. Same with the West
Yeah,
too.
got,
And
I
Go
agree
ahead.
with you guys. 1, they're gonna finish in the 1 spot. Number 2, this is interesting because I agree with you, Pritch. I'm not a huge fan of the Cavs, but they do have like a 4 or 5 game lead on the Knicks, and the Knicks have some injuries here that they're gonna have to deal with down the stretch with Anunoby, and I think they'll get some of these guys back. It's just a matter of time of can they make up that gap in the next couple
That's true.
weeks.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
fair.
they'll squeak by them. I still like the Bucks over them just because the Bucks are still healthy right now. I think the Bucks will get it together after this break. They just need a little bit more time to gel. So I like Milwaukee at the 2 and then the Knicks at the 3, but I think it will be close with the Cavs following at 4.
Yeah.
I think do we all have that top 3 of Buck?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And then,
No, I had the Cavs instead of
The
Bucks
Cavs,
as
yeah,
the
he
top
had the Cavs.
3.
oh, okay.
Again,
Yeah,
it is really
pretty-
easy for today. I'm not going to fight this. Like,
Four
it's not.
there,
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
fine. Either way.
it's okay.
Then
It's okay.
let's
Pookie.
pivot to the West right here. The West, obviously, there's 4 games within 4 teams within pretty much one couple games of each other. And Timberwolves, Thunder, Clippers, and Nuggets. I really don't think you can really predict this necessarily. I think those are definitely going to be the top 4 teams. I don't think there's any debate about that. I don't think Suns have the regular season depth to push them, personally. So yeah, I mean, I think Timberwolves, they are just a very good regular season team. They really are good at beating the bad teams, I think. Right? I mean,
Except the
yeah,
Hornets on Cat 62
except the Hornets.
game.
Yeah, it's fucking Cat. I don't like Cat at all as a player, but I mean, it's working this year, So we'll
After
we'll
all
keep him at the
that,
1. After all that, but and then at 2 seed, I think Clippers are playing amazing right now. They're just a very good team. They're very well balanced, I think. I'm very impressed. I was not a fan of the trade. I'm still not a massive fan of the trade because I do think that it's not going to work in the playoffs. But regular season wise, Harden's great. We'll see how he is after the All-Star break because last year he was pissy after not getting the All-Star team. He also didn't make our All-Star teams, our non-All-Star teams. I think that's probably going to impact him in some way. He's going to feel sad. Yeah, you can take it personally. But we'll see how he plays. I do like Kawhi. Kawhi's playing amazing. He's playing obviously a top 10 guy in the league right now. Guy's good enough where he can be a number 1 on the best team, on the championship team. So I'm going to keep them at the 2. And then between the 3 seed, it's the Thunder and the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets just don't try in the regular season or not try to the same extent. So I think they're going to be content with giving up the lead. And I also think that Nuggets is a great matchup for the Suns. So I think they're going to be the 5 seed. Right now they're tied with the Pelicans, but either way, I really take Nuggets in any series over those 2 teams. So I think that the Nuggets are gonna not deliberately go for the 4 seed, but they're gonna definitely not complain about playing the 4 seed. So I think the Thunder are gonna push on, and I think they're gonna get the first 3 seed. And right now that would set them up for the Pelicans, which I think is a pretty interesting matchup with Zion and Valanciunas going against Chet, and then with New Orleans having so much defense on the perimeter. But yeah, it's my top 3.
Pelicans
so
in
it's
6.
Timberwolves. Sorry?
Pelicans in 6
That's fair. I disagree, but it's definitely a good series.
against the Thunder.
Timberwolves. Okay, so this is 1 second. To summarize, my 1 is Timberwolves, 2 is Clippers, 3 is Thunder. And then I think Shea, you can't guard Shea personally. I just don't think they're going to stop Shea. I think Shea's the best guy in that series. Pelicans haven't done anything in the playoffs. where I don't think you can really trust them. I don't think you can trust Zion as a number one option in the playoffs yet. We don't know what he can do. Same with Ingram. As good as he is, we haven't seen him in the playoffs. I think
No,
Shea
bro, we
proved at
have.
least.
Bro, that one series against the Suns, bro. Ingram was
Yeah, they lost.
crazy, bro. He pushed them to
Okay, yeah,
6,
they
bro.
lost. Yeah, and they lost.
Oh, he was good.
Yeah,
You asked like he was bad.
okay. And then the next series, remember what happened with Chris Paul?
There was no
and
series next series.
No, I mean the Suns next series, he lost to the Mavericks, and then there was the Chris
Yeah.
Paul scored the clutch shot to go down by 42.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Don't
mean
disrespect my boy,
this would be
former Laker.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I was bugging out. I thought you said like Chris Paul was former Laker, and I was like, that didn't happen, bro. But yeah. So yeah, Timberwolves, Clippers, Thunder, Shayan, who you got? You got
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I got the same three. I got the
Yeah, I
same
think-
order too.
Yeah,
Okay.
in the same order. I feel like the Clippers are gonna be like the 2 seed, and the Timberwolves they're just like a solid regular season team, and the Thunder they're good, you know. Like Denver going into the All-Star game they were like on like a 3-game losing streak. Kind of don't really know like some games like Jamal Murray's gonna miss games, Michael Porter Jr. might miss games, Aaron Gordon might miss games. Like the Clippers, you kind of have like 2 guys out there almost every time,
Yeah.
where they could afford to like lose one of them and still win.
One more thing before we wrap up is that it's very unique this year where that the 1 and the 2 seed could end up having a really tough time in the playoffs with like who they could be matched up with through the play-in. We see teams like LA, Golden State that are playing really well, and even teams like the Kings that are really streaky. Teams like Mavericks that have Luka, great talents, right? And that I think that they can be more intimidating in a series than the 5 and 6 seeds. Like personally, like I think the Pelicans aren't as intimidating as a series as like the Lakers or the Warriors, even though I'd say the Pelicans are better in terms of having the star power and having to face, especially from the Timberwolves perspective, being like the 1 seed going up against an 8 seed. Like I'd rather go up against the Pelicans than like like a LeBron team in the first round as the 1 seed. You know what I mean? It's definitely it's very unique this year where it could be better to have a lower seed in the playoffs.
Yeah, the playoffs are gonna be really fun this year. So even the play-in is gonna be like really competitive too.
And keep following before the buzzer to hear all of our thoughts on the.
Yes,
on
sir. Follow before the buzzer. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow our Instagram.
Like, share.
On Spotify.
Glaze as much as possible.
Make sure you guys run.
Send it to your friends.
Wait, Adam, what'd you say? What was your
I was just gonna list out my teams here. It's pretty similar to you guys. I like Timberwolves in the 1, Clippers in the 2. I do actually like the Nuggets in the 3. I know it's interesting. Last year they kind of faded towards the end of the season. This year I anticipate they'll finish a little bit stronger. I like the Nuggets at the 3 over the OKC, who I think will finish 4th. But kind of wrapping up today, any thoughts on who you think will win this All-Star game matchup and who's taking home the MVP?
I think the West is gonna win the All-Star game, and my sleeper MVP, Kevin Durant, his first All-Star game in like 4 years.
Really?
Yeah, because remember he got injured for like 2 years.
Injury.
Yeah, and then he always gets injured around the All-Star break.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, because last year he was hurt. Yeah, okay, that's crazy actually. Yeah,
even as captain, he was hurt like both years too.
Yeah. Okay. So I agree with you. I think the West is a lot stronger this year, and I think they're going to build a big lead at the start of the game and whatnot with the dunks and stuff like that. I'm just looking through the West roster right now. I think someone like I would say a guy like Anthony Edwards, but I don't think Anthony Edwards is going to try, sadly. But usually it's like a younger guy, a younger ascending guy who's kind of taking it more seriously, like a Tatum, right? Donovan Mitchell, wasn't he last year? Was it Mitchell or was
Tatum was MVP? It was Tatum who was MVP.
Or the year before? Wait, wasn't okay? Never mind. I don't pay attention to the All-Star game that much, so I didn't research this. My fault. I would say, Shea. I'm going with Shea as the All-Star MVP. I think he's going to put up some big stats. He's going to have some fun and stuff. So I'm going to go with Shea. Young ascending stars usually are pretty good in the All-Star game. So I'm going to go with Shea.
All right. I think I'm going to go with the Eastern Conference here just because I feel like they have more tryhards in the game. I think the West was actually trying, and this was an actual game they would win. But, I mean, Giannis, I feel like, is just going to win the MVP again. go for 40 or whatever, and have himself a nice. You remember the quote, "Winner, winner, chicken dinner." He's gonna pull it home tonight. Giannis gonna get that MVP. But we thank you
He's
guys
gonna
for
ring the bell
watching
tonight. Yeah.
episode 2 of Before the Buzzer. It was a fun one, boys. We'll be back next week. Covering a return to NBA action. Should be a fun one. And we'll probably touch on this All-Star game too. But we hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah.
Make sure you us on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, all the platforms.
Linking everything. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Show love.
Thanks for link everything down below. But hope you guys enjoy the episode, and we will see you boys next time.
All right. Love you guys.
Bye. Have a good day.